If SEO feels like an afterthought, or you've tried to figure it out yourself, typing in your main keyword, looking for your business, and wondering why you don't show up, then this podcast is for you. This show is for business owners who don't have the time, budget, or desire to become SEO experts, but still want customers to find them when it matters. I'm Jose Chavez from Ready to Rank, and alongside Alison from Pinpoint Local, we break down how local businesses can stop guessing and start leveraging Google properly. Starting with the most overlooked asset you already have, your Google business profile. So lean in, take notes, and start turning visibility into customers. Welcome everyone, my name's Jose Chavez from Ready to Rank, and welcome to another week of how to optimize your Google business profile. And during these sessions, we help local businesses optimize their profiles, educate them on what to do and best practices. And who I have to help me every single week is Alison from Google, from Pinpoint Local, who is a Google business profile expert. And she is an absolute wonder to work with and to deal with. And, thank you so much for joining me each week. Alison, do you want to do us a quick introduction on who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jose. Always good fun to give tips and hints to local business about Google Business Profile because it really does help them to get visibility on Google. And even as from last week, we talked about AI mode and AI search. It's going to be super important. So this week, we got one of those little subtleties in Google Business Profile that can be overlooked and not recognized for its importance, and that's the Google Business Profile category.
So a lot of people that do their profiles probably don't even think about their category or whether it's important or should they be specific. What's your point of view on, choosing the right category?
It is super important. It actually helps you to rank. It really does. And most local SEO, we know that, your business name and your location and your category are some of the three main things for ranking and visibility on Google for local searches.
Yeah.
So, and it's mainly the primary category that is the really critical factor. So choose it wisely because you've got lots of options. And that primary category is the one that really does help you to rank most. So you need to think carefully about it. For some businesses and some niches, it's straightforward and really easy,
Yeah.
but not always.
So what's the best practice on choosing?
Okay. So everyone, first of all, what do you want to rank for?
Yeah.
So if you're a plumber, do you want to rank for emergency plumbing? Is
Mm,
that your main revenue? Is that your main service? Is that what you want to be known as? If it is, that should be your primary category.
yeah.
If you're a dentist, be careful. There's also a dental clinic.
Right.
And I've seen so many dentists put dental clinic as their primary category, whereas probably dentist is more of a good general first primary category. So see what your competitors are doing is a good one. So do a Google search for what you want to show for. And say if you're a cafe, you can be cafe, coffee shop, bakery, and there's a whole lot of other ones. If you're a lawyer, you can be family law, personal injury law, all that sort of thing. So, what is the service that brings you the most revenue and that you want to show on Google for? And that is your primary category.
Right. So you kind of need to reverse engineer a little bit. You need to go back to the consumer and think, what are my customers typing into Google to find me, or is that a good approach to take?
Yeah, it is because it's only the primary category that you see front facing really on Google search is that, plumber, electrician, or something like that. So, and as I say, I mean, once again, like plumbing, you may want to be shown more for leak detection if your main service is leaks and solving leaks and water leaks and water restoration. That's another category.
Mm,
So you need to be strategic in choosing this primary category. So think of what brings you the most revenue. What do you want to show on Google as far as ranking? And for that keyword, what are the top three profiles showing as their primary category as well? Then Google's favoring that. So look at that first before you choose it. There is some instances where you may want to change the primary category because of seasonal variations. Say if you're air conditioning and heating. So in summer, you want air conditioning to show up because that's what the volume of searches will be in the summer months. And then in the winter months, you change the primary category to heating and HVAC or something like that. And then if you're in areas where there's snow, there's winter categories and more summer seasonal categories that might change. So you can change your categories, and if that's what you want to rank for at that point in time, make
Hmm.
sure that's your primary category.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't think um, to change from heating to cooling depending on the weather.
Mm.
Oh, that's really good. I like that one. I'm gonna take that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and some same with plumbers. I mean, block drains. I was just talking to a plumber recently. I mean, their main block drains are often in winter because of all the rains,
Yeah.
and that's when they get the block drain call out. So they want to rank for that during winter months, not so much the other months. So you can be very strategic about that primary category and think about what do you want to rank for and what's your visibility at for that point in time, that season or whatever.
Right. So there's been a lot of suspensions as well in the past, mine being one of them. Changing your category isn't something that business owners should be concerned about.
Usually isn't. It's usually more like, I mean, there's no 100% guarantee with Google's algorithm, and Google does dial up the threshold for different edits at different times. We certainly see that in local SEO, that all of a sudden editing something creates suspensions, and then in 6 months' time, it's editing something else. But it's usually the business name, the phone number, and the address, the NAP. Name, address, phone number are the main critical things that can flag a suspension.
Mm.
So, and categories, not so much. And of course, be aware that there's a primary category, but there's also secondary categories. And that's what many local business owners do not take advantage of, is
Yeah.
the secondary categories.
Yeah. So how many secondary categories can you add on there?
Well, there's nine, so you can have 10 categories altogether. So you can have your primary category, then nine of the secondary. Now, how many categories do you put in? Well, it's got to be relevant.
Mm.
Don't put generic terms that are not relevant to your business. And there's even some local SEO experts that tend to say five or six maximum. Don't put nine just for the sake of doing nine. They sort of say there is a threshold that sort of works. I don't know how you measure that, but that's anecdotally has been, I've seen talked about. But as I said, with like a plumber, there's you could be gas fitting service as well. You could be leak detection. You could be emergency. You could be blocked drains. You could be what else could you be? Toilet repairs. There are so many. There's about 4,000 different categories that
Mm.
Google has for Google Business Profile. They change all the time, and Google actually deletes them and adds more as well.
Yeah, right.
So it's quite a good suggestion that several times a year to go into your categories and just type in what's available, and then maybe a category that wasn't there previously but is now listed
Yeah.
on Google Business Profile and is relevant to your business and you want to rank for.
Mm.
So the other thing I would also suggest, which is pretty good tip, is that every category you have on the Google Business Profile, you should mention on your website
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And because they're pre-populated categories and tend to be a little bit US based, they aren't necessarily the words that in Australia we would use, like the classic would be, bathroom remodeling. We don't use the word remodeling, we use renovations or something like that. But I would, with that, if you're put in that category, especially if that's a primary category, I would put that word on your website in your services pages, definitely somewhere because that's a Google label about your Google business profile.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a massive part of optimizing your business profile is replicating what's on your profile and having some form of recognition on your website. And that's a massive draw card for local SEO, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because once again, I was talking to an electrician only this morning, and he does residential, commercial, and we're talking about categories.
Mm.
And I say to him, what do you want to be shown for on Google Business? On Google, what searches do you want to rank for? Is it commercial or is it residential? Choose one of them. And it's really important which one you choose because obviously those searches are quite different. And then on his website, he chose commercial electrician, but on his website, he had the word just commercial
Yeah.
and there was no electrician after it.
Mm.
And and then some with residential, it just had the word residential. So the category is residential electrician. So mirror exactly the categories that Google has for your niche and put them on your website. If they don't correlate to a service page, somehow or other put them in the headings or the subheadings or in the copy or somewhere or other. But certainly do. I would almost have a page for each category that you choose on your Google business profile.
Mm. That's
So.
yeah, that's really important, isn't it? It's a lot of people don't really know the importance of that, but it's really good to get that out there for business owners who aren't investing in any form of services to really mirror what's on the Google business profile onto their website. So um,
And there's we might put a link in. There's a website which has every single category that Google has.
yeah,
And as I said, it's worth going into it and just seeing what new ones are being put because it's continually changing. And another tip would be there's a really great Google extension which is free, GMB everywhere, where you can spy on your competitors' categories.
yeah,
And this is a really good tip for local business owners. But I mean, if you're an electrician and your competitors do not have any secondary categories,
mm,
like they haven't got residential, commercial, or lighting installation, whatever the other categories are for electrician, you put them in and mirror it on your website. And if your competitors haven't got that, it
yeah,
will make a difference for you as far as ranking is concerned.
yeah, yeah. And these are free tips. These
Yeah,
are free. You don't have to pay for them. So I think
no.
so important for any business owner that, can't afford any marketing services, can't afford someone to manage their profile. You download the Chrome extension, GMB everywhere, free
Yep.
extension, uh, competitor analysis, have a look at the businesses that are competing above you and just imitate what they're doing and implement it onto your GMB profile and your website. And anyone can do this.
Yeah, that's right. It's super easy. And it's the type of thing that you do when you set up your Google business profile, do it right from the beginning,
Yeah,
right then. And then as far as, fill out all those fields, we'll probably in another podcast go through every other section of the profile that is so critical for ranking and for Google visibility. But the categories will really make a difference. And we've certainly seen it where you change some categories and what they want to rank for. And um, their competitors haven't got it.
yeah,
And all of a sudden you're showing for far more keywords because you got six secondary categories when you had zero. All
yeah,
you had was electrician or all you had was cafe and nothing else.
yeah,
And all of a sudden, you've got these six other broader keywords to show up for other search terms when people go to Google. So, super simple, really. It's just, and it is one of those things you set up, look at it again, perhaps in, I don't know, halfway through the year, 6 months later, and then at the end of the year, just see there's new categories, or are you introduce a new service into your business?
yeah,
So, is there another category for that
yeah.
as well? So, yeah, it's
And even just to
simple.
monitor the progress, you can, when you first start off, when you start your profile off, you're not going to initially be ranking for anything. So you're manually typing into Google your service, and initially you're not going to show up. But as you develop your profile, as you develop your website, keep manually searching for your keywords that you want to show up. Monitor the
Mm.
map pack to see where you're sitting, and just watch your profile elevate and elevate. And the more you do, whether it's posting, whether it's adding products, whether it's updating your website, you can manually check on your phone without having to use any paid tools to just watch your progress. And that's the beauty about Google products is that they give you free products to use.
Yeah, yeah, they really do it, and local is particularly all about that. I
Yeah,
mean, Google has given local business Google Business Profile, and it's sort of such a no-brainer,
yeah,
totally no-brainer not to utilize it to the maximum. Even, completely fill it out, keep it fresh, keep it updated, and as we've spoken about before, AI summarizing content and even for local. We know that it pulls reviews and content from Google Business Profiles. So and your category is going to be super important as well. So
Mm.
it's an easy thing to do for local businesses.
Yeah,
No brainer, as I keep saying.
yes, yeah, and really important. So this one is short and sweet this session, but super important. If you've just joined us and you've just watched this, we do have another 5 or 6 episodes that we've recorded previously where we cover what to do with band profiles, Google reviews, products, AI mode, new features. So please go back, have a look, have a watch, and keep staying up to date with what we're producing each week. Thank you, Alison, once again for your time. I really appreciate jumping on these calls with you and discussing how we can help local businesses rank for their keywords.
Mm.
We will have a QR code or a link for an audit that Alison provides for those who want to improve their business profiles. Alison, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So you get a video audit, and that's where I'll look at your specific Google business profile, and I'll go from all the way from the top all the way down the bottom and analyze every section of the profile, what can be done, what can be improved, what your competitors are doing, and have a quick look of your main category and how you're ranking for that search word. And it's normally about 4, 5, 6 minutes for the audit. So, and it's geared to giving you tips and hints that you can do for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's tailored specific to your
Yeah, your profile, your business.
yeah,
Yep,
and absolutely free. So
yep.
why not take up that opportunity to have your profile assessed? So thank you once again, Alison. I appreciate your time. This is a nice, short, sweet episode, but very helpful and useful for business owners. So once again, thank you, and I look forward to our next session.
Good one. Cheers.
No worries. Bye.
Now, before you go, if you want to actually see how your Google Business Profile is performing, Alison offers a free Google Business Profile audit. You'll get practical, no fluff advice on what's holding you back, visibility-wise, what to fix first, and how to improve your chances of showing up when customers are searching. No upsell, no overwhelm, just clear actions you can take immediately. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description to get your free audit. And if this episode helped you think differently about SEO, make sure to subscribe because every week we're breaking down what really works. We'll see you in the next episode of the SEO Lab.